Hello, I'm Denise Sopa, Chief Financial Officer for Cecil County Public Schools. This budget season has brought up many questions regarding our fund balance, so this seems like a good opportunity to explain what the fund balance is and how it works. The fund balance is calculated at the end of every fiscal year, and basically fund balance equals total revenues minus total expenditures. If your revenues are greater than the number of your expenditures for the year, then you end up with a positive fund balance, which is added to or increases the fund balance from the prior year. If your expenditures are more than your revenues for the year, you end with a negative fund balance, which is subtracted from or decreases the fund balance from the prior year. Our job is to do our best to project what our needs will be and how much they will cost. And with a budget of this magnitude, it's improbable that we will spend to the exact penny. So what are some reasons that we might add to the fund balance at the end of the year? Projects or supplies may cost less than anticipated. Projects may not be completed or items may not be delivered before the end of the fiscal year, and in this case, they become expenditures for the next fiscal year. Employees who resign or retire mid-year may be replaced with employees who cost less. And needs may change during the fiscal year. Keep in mind that we began our FY25 budget process all the way back in October of 2023, so we're projecting at sometimes a year and a half ahead of time. In order to use the fund balance, the Board of Education must approve a budget amendment, and that same budget amendment is also approved by County Council. So what types of things do we use the fund balance for? Funds are used to balance the budget when there's a revenue shortfall. So for fiscal years 2019 through 2024, during each of those years, we used funds to balance the budget. Funds are also used for deferred maintenance or other small capital projects that are not included in the county budget. For example, the last 7 secure entrances were a combined partnership between county government and Cecil County Public Schools. We use money for our fund balance for our portion of those secure entrances. Funding is also used for emergency or unexpected expenses. Just this year alone, we've had chillers go down at Rising Sun Middle School and Perryville High School, and our fund balance funds were used to pay for those new chillers. If you look at the slide from FY18 through FY23, you can see that the overall increase in our fund balance is $1.3 million. For the same time period, you can see that the county government fund balance increased by $90.3 million. While a significant addition to the fund balance may happen, it should be an anomaly and not the norm. You can see that the anomaly year for CCPS was FY21. The significant increase in our fund balance for this year was a result of several factors. First, it was the first year that school systems were required to report student activities funds. Those are monies raised by students, for students, and held in school checking accounts as part of our fund balance. This represents over $1.5 million of additional funds in the fund balance for FY21. This year was also an anomaly because in planning for FY21, no one could have predicted that the pandemic would prevent us from resuming normal operations for over a year. Many things, such as sports and other clubs and activities, did not occur, which led to a higher than normal fund balance that year. In contrast, the Cecil County government demonstrates a pattern of repeated large fund balance increases. This begs the question of whether revenue is not being properly estimated or whether the revenue is just not being spent on the needs of the county and its citizens. On this next slide, you can see that the CCPS fund balance is 7.3% of our operating budget. This equates to savings of $3,650 for an individual or family making $50,000 a year. The county government fund balance is 58% of their general fund budget. This equates to a savings of $29,000 for the same family or individual making $50,000 a year. This leads to the question of why a fund balance of this magnitude is needed at the county level. Unfortunately, some elected officials continue to refer to the CCPS fund balance as a slush fund while not acknowledging the size of their own fund balance. They credit their large fund balance to conservative fiscal spending while criticizing the school system for stockpiling funds for future years. Why do they feel that our fund balance is held to a different standard than theirs? Remember, our fund balance works the same way that theirs does. We have provided direct links to the videos of the September 27th and January 10th Board of Education meetings if you would like more information regarding our fund balance and the specific uses and assignments for this year. You may also email me at dsopa@ccps.org with any questions. Cecil County Public Schools will continue to defend our practices and respond to misinformation that is repeatedly circulated by several elected officials.